Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So yesterday morning, I totally forgot that I had hit 25,000 subscribers when I was doing my morning video, and so I decided to post it later on Twitter. And I've just been getting such an outpouring of congratulations and thanks, so I want to thank you guys for helping me get to here. 25,000 subscribers is no easy feat, and so thank you everybody for watching the channel, everybody for supporting the channel. You know, I got guys like Kevin Cage here, heavy hitters in the space, XRP, you amaze me, Nick Foong, all the usual suspects, Mark, XRP LA, Notorious XRP, Investment Perspectives, Backup Bradley, Doug Fascio, so many of these names I recognize. XRP Ranger Cov 175. So thank you guys. Thank you all so much for helping me out with this. It takes time and dedication to make a YouTube channel, and so I wouldn't be here without you guys. And the day after Backed is officially launched, the market is lukewarm, 255.8 billion market cap. It looks like we've lost a little over the last day or two. Bitcoin dominance still hovering at around 68.5. And right now the Bitcoin price under that $10,000 mark. Yesterday we did see a bit of a dump for Bitcoin, guys. As you can see here, let me put it on the hourly real quick. This is Bitcoin on the hourly. And so yeah, look at that. Dumping Bitcoin. People are speculating that now we will start seeing more market manipulation now that Backed is up and running. But I was finding that there wasn't too much movement in the space yesterday. There wasn't too much to write home about with the Backed launch. It seems as though all the other cryptocurrencies are continuing to chug along to the beat of Bitcoin's drum. And here's XRP on the daily, so a little bit of movement upwards. Today, after a bit of a slide down for XRP, and before that we had hit 0.326 cents for XRP. I feel like there's got to be some kind of news that's going to come up in the next, month or two that'll spark the crypto market to really just pop. Anyway, that's just a feeling I have. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but weirder things have certainly happened. A Ripple executive addresses taxation issues on crypto assets, and so this regarding cryptocurrencies and taxation. So Liz Xian, Vice President of Global Tax and Chief Tax at Ripple, addressed issues regarding tax treatment of digital assets. She said that it's hard to tax something that does not have a consistent definition. And this goes back to the fact that there are so many countries around the world who are defining cryptocurrencies differently. And of course, different cryptocurrencies have different purposes. So how do you tax something that really doesn't have a consistent definition, as she puts, despite noting the fact that different countries have reviewed crypto assets with different approaches, and while most countries have started treating crypto assets as some type of asset, there is still a long way to go. She said that for non-tax people, categorizing a crypto asset on the basis of its use cases in different transactions would seem like sufficient guidance that brings about clarity to the table, but only a tax technician will realize that it is just a starting point because there is a whole host of a different asset, all with different tax treatments. Liz Xian also brings up a really interesting point when being criticized about the taxation guidelines. She says, you need to treat this as an asset, but the only asset, this is what regulators are suggesting here. You need to treat this as an asset, but the only asset that you cannot treat it as is a currency equivalent, which is the thing that we are most likely to compare cryptocurrencies to. I think this is quite difficult because in this space, a lot of times crypto assets are used as a medium of exchange. And so economically and from a practical perspective, the closest analog is probably currency, because the currency is the only thing that the taxpayers have been told that we can treat it as. And that is where you end up having some awkward and potentially misaligned interpretations. So even the tax representative at Ripple, the Vice President of Global Tax and Chief Tax at Ripple, is seeing a bit of an issue with this. And the fact that they even have a taxation department at Ripple is interesting, and I think it's because there are those issues about banks, financial institutions. Regulators are very particular about these types of institutions holding cryptocurrency, and banks don't want to hold it. They don't want to keep it on their books, and this is why there is a lag with companies jumping onto XRapid. In some countries around the world, they are already doing it because I'm sure those laws are not as stringent, or rather they have already come to an agreement on what the regulations will be for those particular countries holding cryptocurrencies. And of course, the financial space is highly regulated, and these banks don't want to get fined for holding something that they should be claiming or, addressing or getting taxed on. So transferring and holding that cryptocurrency asset is still that big question that we have to clear up. I saw this from Ian Northing, brought to me by XRP_Canada on Twitter. So guys, just take a moment to step back. And if you are involved in this space, just see how early you truly are. And I know I've showed a diagram like this in a previous video, but guys, look at the derivatives market, $532 trillion. The real estate market, $217 trillion. The global debt right now is at $184 trillion, and the US national debt at $21.35 trillion. Guys, all the money in the world, broad money, accounts for $95.7 trillion. Physical money, which is called narrow money, accounts for $43.2 trillion. The stock markets around the world, $77.7 trillion. The gold market cap down here, if you can read that, $7.8 trillion. And guys, cryptocurrency is this little dot beside all of this. And now that Bakkt has come online, it has given some type of legitimacy to cryptocurrencies, and the market cap is still so small. It's in its baby phase still. So just to put it into perspective, if you were a little bit upset with the Bakkt performance yesterday, guys, this is still the beginning. How much XRP do you own? How much Bitcoin do you own? How much do you have in your investment portfolio that is allocated to cryptocurrency? Well, you don't have to tell me. I mean, you can tell me if you want, but just think about where we are in the space right now. I saw this on Twitter from @DiepSan, that's Stephen Bull from the Diep, and this just solidifies to me how well Ripple's been doing over the last year or so. Ripple has been claiming that they have 200 plus customers without giving us exact numbers. As of now, 220 customers have joined RippleNet. Straight from the horse's mouth. This from Stuart Alderodi, I think it's how it's pronounced, from Ripple, September 2019. And guys, let me just play you this clip real quickly here.
And globally, we're an international company. We have about 220 customers right now throughout the world, and that is fast growing.
Great.
220 companies throughout the world, and that is fast growing. And when you put that into perspective, I saw this down here from Stuart_XRP. RippleNet surpasses 200 customers worldwide, and that was mentioned on January 8th, 2019. From January 8th, 2019 to September 23rd, 2019, there are 258 days. That means Ripple has acquired one new customer, one major signing every 12.9 days on average. So they are still moving ahead. One every, just under every 2 weeks. Ripple continues signing in 2019. It's amazing to see this space grow. And to that point, this from XRP Crypto Wolf on Twitter, Ripple adds UAE bank giant National Bank of Fujairah to RippleNet. So the National Bank of Fujairah will utilize Ripple's blockchain tech for cross-border payments. And so this, as per an announcement by Entrepreneur Middle East popular business magazine publishers based in Dubai, the National Bank of Fujairah will now utilize the Ripple's blockchain technology for conducting cross-border payments. The partnership adds a feather to the cap of both organizations, as the commercial bank now boasts of a blockchain technology edge over its competitors across its base. Ripple extends its reach across the globe steadily. Just going to continue down here. Ripple has accumulated large amounts in funding since its launch and partnered with over 100 banking clients, which includes more than 15, guys, get this, 15 of the world's top 50 banks. So if you don't think big things are coming in this space for Ripple and for XRP, you are sadly mistaken. Mr. Anthony Pompliano seems to be one of those people, because Bitcoin bull Anthony Pompliano says he's confounded by Ripple and XRP. I was a little surprised when I heard this. Bitcoin bull and Morgan Creek digital co-founder Anthony Pompliano says he's a bit perplexed by the digital asset XRP. He did a podcast called Life's Tough, and he said, frankly, this is his quote here, frankly, I'm very confounded by XRP, mainly in the sense that I think the software company behind it, Ripple, what their ambitions are, makes a lot of sense. They would like to help banks transfer money more easily. That seems to be a very rational perspective, and it's something that if you've ever used a bank, you know it can be painful. Where the question comes in, and I probably lack understanding, yeah, you should probably watch some of these XRP videos. You'd probably get a really good sense, Anthony, on why XRP needs to be used. But anyway, this is what he says. I probably lack understanding is how XRP is needed in that process. I always find that if people could mentally separate Ripple, the software company, from XRP, the token, there would be a lot less backlash against Ripple, the software company. I think a lot of the backlash and the controversies around that, some of it's around how it was sold, some of it's around how it's used today. Anthony, how do you not know how XRP is being used in the space? Of course, it is that bridge digital asset that will convert fiat to fiat. I guess he seems to think that if there are stable coins, why wouldn't we be able to just convert that anyway? But he doesn't say too much else other than that, other than the industry is very tribalistic. And there are staunch supporters on either side. Yeah, so this did kind of surprise me. Anthony Pompliano, really. You should probably get your head out of the Bitcoin game for a sec and start opening up your eyes to other cryptocurrencies that exist in the space. Come on, man, you're the co-founder of Morgan Creek Digital. And guys, this last thing, just for fun here, this on my Twitter feed, I don't know if you guys saw this new Apple ad for the iPhone 11. And guys, this is a promoted tweet here, and yes, I had seen people liken the lens logo on the back to the Ripple logo. Come on, I had to. Anyways, guys, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.